Well, artificial intelligence is making its way to every area of business. Sports is no exception, especially when it comes to the NHL, the NFL. AI in the sports industry is estimated to grow $19.2 billion by the end of 2023, according to research from Allied. Joining us now is a former Olympian and founder of an AI startup that's focused on the sport industry. Sportlogiq is based in Montreal and features Mark Cuban as one of the early investors. Craig Buntin joins us now. Craig, thank you so much for being with us. I want to talk about what Sportlogiq does and has been doing in AI, because you didn't just come about overnight. But then also, has ChatGPT been kind of a watershed for getting new clients and signing more deals?
First off, it's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, it's really been interesting to watch the hype come back to AI. The minute some of those natural language generation models came into product. We saw a huge hype in AI very early on when machine learning started getting great processing and became accessible. A lot of that hype went away, when COVID came and investors began being more focused on profitability and productization. And we've seen a lot of it come back over the last 6 months. So Sportlogiq has just been really focused on continuing to build, deploy, keep focused, and make our customers happy. So hype aside, yes, it's been an interesting ride.
So let's talk about how you do that. This is an industry that, for all of its focus on athleticism and human ability, gets down to the raw numbers, analytics, but there's so much data. Is that what you're basically offering, is a smart way to interpret that data and then predict outcomes?
So it's a combination of data collection. So think of every single pixel on your screen is a piece of data. So when you're sitting watching sports and you sort of intuitively know how the players are moving or what how the game is going, what we're using is shape and motion patterns, detecting those pixel motions, and then assessing what's happening and creating numbers and labels on events and player tracking around what's happening on that screen. Once you've got all that data, using game models and machine learning and even in some cases natural language models to then translate that and turn it into useful information that people who don't build AI can actually engage with. That's really where the critical piece has been.
And how'd you get Mark Cuban as an investor?
It's so funny. So very early on, we were building this technology, and it was a project straight out of school. We were a few guys just sort of running around, and I found his email address on some public web forum. Somebody had posted it, and I basically just sent him a cold email. Said, here's our technology, here's where we're going, here's where we see the future of sport. And a couple hours later, I was sitting on the metro, and I got a response back, and he said, tell me more about the technology, and we sort of began discussing what we're doing, and he came in a couple months later.
That's incredible, a cold email. And he's actually known for that, like responding to strangers. So amazing that it ultimately resulted in a check for you guys.
Yeah, I was sort of half convinced that it wasn't even him for the first little bit, but yeah, he's been incredibly responsive, really engaged. How he does that among all of his investments, I have no idea, but he's just been a huge asset to the business.
Cuban is a huge asset to the business, but also you're in Montreal, which is sort of the birthplace of a lot of this technology, and it kind of leads to my next question, which is, how would you characterize the support that you get from the government around AI? Because so much of this emanated from here, do you think that we're in a position to win or to meaningfully capture what is going on? I mean, so much of the roots of open AI are in Canada, but the benefits are not necessarily accruing here.
It's a really good question, a really good point. So we get a tremendous amount of support around research and development in Canada and in Quebec. I think we've got a crazy competitive advantage over the rest of the world in that front, right? If we see an early stage technology that we know is going to have a massive societal impact, the investment that we have in developing that and creating a lot of that IP, we are world class. Where we've struggled in the past has been in the execution, in taking a lot of those early stage technologies, productizing them, injecting them into our our infrastructure, right, into our manufacturing or production infrastructure. And that I think we've gotten a lot better at. And I think the companies that sort of survive this sort of down wave after the hype of AI, these are the companies that really are taking advantage of this and are continuing to productize and monetize a lot of these early stage tech. So I think if you can execute as a company, you can certainly benefit from it. And look, I mean, I think we're a testament to that.
We only have a minute left, but I want to ask about that funding environment. We know for startups and early stage companies, it dried up with the rout in tech. Is that opening in a major way? Do you guys feel like now is a ripe time to go out and seek funding and get better valuations than you were able to last year?
Oh, I don't think anybody's seeing any better valuations than they did last year. For us, we've just been deadly focused on profitability, on scaling, building, valuable products for our customers. And so for us right now, that's where we're at. We're not out sort of actively looking to raise. We've got great, EBITDA growth. We're sort of finally crossed that profitability chasm, and so I can't really comment on going out and raising. We have in the past, but right now it's just let's continue to execute, continue to grow.